What's up guys, my name is Shishir Nigam and welcome again to our channel Journey to Freedom, where you can follow along on our journey to financial freedom through the worlds of Shopify and dropshipping. So make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you get to know every single time we put out a brand new video like this one today. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, and that is how to improve your Facebook feedback score. Now I'm sure this is a topic that you've come across before, and maybe it's also troubling you in the last few weeks, because I've seen tons of dropshippers reach out to me with this particular issue. How to improve my Facebook feedback score? How can we remove the penalty that we're getting assigned because of our low Facebook feedback score? And I decided a particular video specifically to address this topic so that you guys can improve your own Facebook feedback scores for your dropshipping businesses. So all we ask of you is, if you're finding some value in the content, make sure you drop us a like, comment below on exactly what you found useful, because this really helps to put our video out in front of other people like you who could benefit from it. Our goal is really to create the most close-knit family of dropshippers on YouTube that can help each other grow and scale past and reach our goals. So make sure you stay till the end of the video, and again, drop us a like if you're finding some value in the content. So without any further ado, let's get right into the topic. So how to improve your Facebook feedback score. Now this is one of the most crucial aspects of dropshipping in 2020 because Facebook has started assigning Facebook feedback scores based on the surveys that it issues to customers who have purchased from your online store. So what exactly is this, and why am I qualified to teach you about it? Now, I personally run and operated a dropshipping store that has done 7 figures in sales. We exceeded $1 million Canadian dollars in sales, and we were able to achieve a Facebook feedback score of 4.9 out of 5. Now, this is almost unheard of. I personally do not know of any dropshipping store that has reached such a high Facebook feedback score. And I want to share with you exactly what I did to achieve that high feedback score, and how you can try to achieve the same for your own stores as well. Now, let's start by explaining what the feedback score is in the first place. Now, this was something that Facebook instituted some time back as a way to mitigate poor customer experiences that many Facebook users were facing, because many dropshippers were often not giving the best customer services and not giving the best customer experience. Their products were of low quality, and because the customers were coming from Facebook, it gave bad reputation essentially to Facebook, because that's where the ads were being shown. So in order to protect the customer experience from Facebook's standpoint, they implemented this measure so that they can filter and identify and differentiate between the higher performing, higher quality stores that are providing a good experience to the customers, that are providing good quality products, good customer service, and differentiate them from the folks who are not, right? Now, and what they do is whenever a customer makes a purchase from your store, a few weeks after that purchase, they are sometimes shown a survey on Facebook that asks them to rate the quality of your ad, the ad that was shown from your business that they clicked on. And based on that rating, the customer is able to respond on metrics like how were they satisfied with the shipping speed, were they satisfied with the quality of the product. And Facebook accumulates that into one score that is graded out of 5. And that is what you see on the screen here. And if you fall below a certain level, if you fall below 2 or 1, then there's a penalty that kicks in, right? You can see the dotted line here. 2 is the penalty threshold, but in our experience, we have come across many dropshippers who even see detrimental effects the moment they drop below 3. So, the verdict is out exactly when the negative effects start kicking in, but definitely your goal is to keep it above 2, because what Facebook does is it starts penalizing your advertisements. So if your Facebook ad score is below 2, then your ads end up being more costly. Your ads will reach a smaller number of people with the same amount of ad spend. So for the same $100 that you spend on ads, you'll reach fewer people, right? And that basically means that it will cost you more to acquire customers. Your cost of customer acquisition will go up. So if you do not have big enough margins built into your product, then you're going to suffer because you'll have to spend more on marketing to acquire the same customer. So that is the biggest detrimental effect of this negative feedback score. So let's go into how we can improve your customer feedback score, okay? Now, first of all, if you do not know what this is all about, you've never heard of the customer feedback score, then take out this link here and paste it into your browser, and Facebook will then show you the various business pages that you have, and the ones that do have a Facebook feedback score will show up on this page, okay? And this is what it looks like. The page that you land up on, this is what it looks like. And the first key message to give you is make sure you read through the whole page so that you understand exactly what this is and what are the various metrics that go into building up this score. So go through the page in detail, make sure you're on the same page as Facebook. Now, the first key tip that I can offer you to improve your Facebook feedback score is you can set your delivery speed, right? One of the most common complaints from customers, especially for dropshipping stores that are shipping out of China, is slow delivery speeds, right? Because of the shipping delays in many cases. Oftentimes customers are not getting their merchandise for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. And that is definitely frustrating for many customers, right? So if in that time frame when they have not even received the product, Facebook asks them for their feedback, you can bet it will be negative because they have waited 3 to 4 weeks and still not received a product, right? So the first tip that I can offer you is Facebook allows you to set what your average delivery time frame is going to be. So when you go on this first page here, you'll see a little set delivery speed button. Click on that and you'll be given the options to set delivery speeds by region, right? Now, this is where my suggestion would be to keep obviously a time frame that is longer than your average shipping time, so that Facebook only prompts these users and buyers for their Facebook feedback only after they have ideally received your product. So set this out 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Obviously depends on how long your shipping actually takes. If you're fulfilling domestically from the United States and you have 1 week delivery, then yeah, maybe you can set it at 2 to 3 weeks so that your customers are able to give feedback once they've received the product. But if you have much longer shipping times, then set that accordingly so that you're not getting penalized just because you have longer than average delivery times. So this is the first most important and basic tip I can offer you to improve your feedback score. The moment you get access to this page, make sure you set your delivery time as per what your shipping speeds are. The second tip I can offer you is make sure you're prompting and incentivizing your customers to provide that feedback. Now, why do I say that? So first of all, negative feedback will come to you without asking. Okay, you don't need to actually prompt that. That is the easiest thing that will happen. If customers are unhappy with anything, you don't need to push them to give you negative feedback. It will happen anyway. So that's not something you can avoid. The best way to try to address that is through good customer service. There is absolutely no substitute for good customer service. If people are on YouTube telling you, do this hack and it will guarantee your Facebook customer score will improve, don't believe them, because there are no guarantees like that. The only absolute guarantee that you can probably think of is solid customer service over the long term. That is really the only way to ensure that you have a strong customer Facebook feedback score, and also the product quality. That's another big one. You must make sure that your product quality is good. So product quality and customer service is really the two long-term ways you need to ensure that your business is focusing on in order to improve your customer feedback score on Facebook. Now, how else though? So positive feedback, as I mentioned, needs to be encouraged. It needs to be incentivized. Now think about when logically in the customer buying process is the best time to be getting their feedback. So a few suggestions here. The first point would be the order confirmation page. Okay, if you're operating a business on Shopify, then definitely the customer sees an order confirmation page, which is like a thank you page for buying from us, right? So think about it. That is the point when the customer, in a way, is trusting you the most because they have just gone through your checkout process that can often be 3 pages, 4 pages. They have, given you their credit card information, they have seen your ad, they've given you their address. So the trust level is quite high at that point. And they did all this because they first saw your video ad or image ad on Facebook. So the trust factor is quite high when they've just bought from you. So if you have the ability to customize your thank you page, your order confirmation page, then definitely use that opportunity to prompt your customers to give you that feedback, okay? So that's number one. The second opportunity is in the thank you email, right? Shopify sends your customers a thank you email that confirms their order. It has their order number in it. So that is something you can definitely customize. So aside from just thanking them for their purchase and trusting you with their money, encourage them to, again, leave you feedback through the Facebook feedback customer survey. So that will, again, definitely help you to improve your customer feedback score. Because again, at that time, so far, they have just purchased the product. So generally, they probably had a positive enough experience in order to complete the purchase, right? So more likely than not, you will get decent or positive feedback at that stage. Hopefully not negative feedback. And again, the caveat here is if you are providing a poor experience to your customers, then don't do this because they'll backfire. You'll end up getting more negative feedback. So make sure you are handling the basics first. Make sure your customer experience is positive, your products are good, your quality is good. So there's no replacement for that. Okay. Now the third important tip that I can offer to you is encouraging feedback from high value customers. What do I mean by that? On Shopify, you can filter customers by how much they have ordered from you, right? Their lifetime customer value. Many email softwares also allow this. Klaviyo, MailChimp, all of them have these filters that will allow you to narrow down a list of your highest spending customers. Now, why would you do that? Now, these are folks who are the most valuable to you. They are your VIP customers, right? They are the ones who have trusted you enough to really maybe buy multiple times from you, or have make a big enough purchase such that they rank amongst your biggest customers, right? So all of these customers have trusted you enough to put in a big amount of money in their orders. So these are, again, customers that are likely seeing you in a positive light as a business. So again, these are customers you want to prompt for feedback. And I'll go through some templates that you can use to reach out to them. And then lastly, as I mentioned, returning customers. Now, these are the most potent customers that will most likely give you positive feedback because otherwise they won't be coming back to place a second order with you, right? So these 4 tips are the points at which you should be requesting your customers for feedback if you're not already. Hope you're finding value in the content so far, guys, and if you are, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so that you get to know every single time that we put out a brand new video. And make sure you stay till the end of this one to catch all the content, and comment below on what you like and what you'd like to hear about. Stay with us. Now, let's talk about how exactly you can customize your order confirmation page. So this is what our specific template looks like. And definitely, you can see how we thank the customer, first of all. On our thank you page, we indicate what we're doing, who we are, so that we're a bit more relatable. We're not just a nameless business, right? And then we go out and say, hey, reach out to us if you have any questions. And we say, look, we'll really appreciate if you can provide your honest feedback about our brand ad on Facebook using this link. So this is the link that you want to refer your customers to in order to leave you that customer feedback. And what that does is it, even without waiting for Facebook to prompt them for the survey, they can click on this link and proactively give you that feedback. Now, the small downside to this is that this particular link only works on desktop. Okay, so if customers access this link from their mobiles, it doesn't work. And unfortunately, there's no real way around this. What I would suggest is maybe when you're requesting for that feedback, you can indicate in the language that, hey, this particular link works best when you're clicking on it from a desktop or a laptop. So it gives your customers that clarity, if they go on to the link on their mobile, hey, why is it not working? Oh, because it only works on desktop. So you can add that little clarification, but this is generally a good, simple template to encourage your customers to give you feedback. And this sort of a message can be used both on your order confirmation page and also your thank you emails that customers get the moment they check out with you. Now, emailing repeat and high value customers. Now, this is the template that you can utilize for those scenarios. Like I mentioned, they're buying from you again because they obviously like you and trust you enough to do that, right? So very few people, will trust you enough to buy from you again. And naturally, that's a very good sign. If you have a high proportion of returning customers, then that's a very good testimonial on your customer experience that you're providing. So these are your most loyal fans. These are your best customers, and make sure you reach out to them. So what I do is on Klaviyo, which I use personally, I have an automation set up that pulls these returning customers into a separate email flow, right? And this email flow encourages them to, again, provide feedback on that brand ad. You can see the same link here from the previous slide. And I also put in a little screenshot of what it will look like once they click on that link, right? So again, it gives them that familiarity with it. They know what to do. This is what it will look like once they click on the link. And this is how they should leave their feedback. So this is the template that I use for emails that are being sent to high value customers as well as repeat buyers. And this is something you can always include even for regular customers in your email flows. Maybe several weeks after they have received their product, you can send them this email template to request for customer feedback. So I hope you guys found some value in this video. Definitely, it gives you some good ideas on how to improve your Facebook feedback score. And I can tell you it's very crucial in 2020 in order to have a successful dropshipping business. And ultimately, the biggest factor is definitely you got to monitor your product quality. Do not sell cheap stuff that is low quality, because if you're doing that, you will end up with a poor feedback score regardless of how many little hacks that you try to do to improve the score. And secondly, provide a good customer service experience. Get back to customers within 24 hours. Manage expectations, most importantly. I would say that is the biggest secret behind our ability to have a 4.9 out of 5 Facebook feedback score. It is that we managed expectations. We did not have a 3 to 4 day shipping time. No, we had a 2 to 4 week shipping time. We were shipping products from China, but despite that, we were able to get that high feedback score precisely because we managed expectations and we focused on good quality products. If you're honest with your customers about how long it will take, then they're ready for it. They're not upset when it takes twice as long as they're expecting, right? So if you're expecting delays, notify them before they reach out to you, right? So it's just about being proactive and thinking out of the box and reaching out to your customers before they have a chance to complain to you. So manage expectations, make sure your product quality is good and genuine, and those would be the biggest keys. And use then these methods to encourage that positive feedback once you have those fundamentals in place. So again, I hope you guys found some value. If you did, make sure you drop us a like. Put in a comment to let us know exactly what you found some value in, which methods are you implementing. If there's any that you would suggest that we have missed out, definitely share that with us. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next video.